Good morning everybody and welcome. It's Denise here from Lincolnshire in the UK. I'm coming to you with a new journal about to begin this morning. So hello, welcome for joining me. Lovely to have you here. So I'm about to start my next Christmas journal, which I loved doing the blue one that's just finished, but I couldn't wait to get my hands on this Christmas one. So it's another digital kit by Nanine at Collage Type, and it is a large kit, and I want to have a go at doing 2 signatures this time. So I have done 2 and 3 signature journals before. I find because I stuff them so much, I can make them a bit weighty. So I'm going to have to try and make it slimmer because I want to go for the two signatures this time. So I'm just going to show you everything I've collected together so far. Then I'll stop the camera and then I'll come back on again in this video, and I'm going to make a little bit of ephemera ready while I have a think about exactly what I'm going to do with the cover. Okay, so it is Christmas Botanicals, I believe it's called. I did have it written, oh yeah, there, look. It's Christmas Botanical Junk Journal Kit, and it's Collage Type. Nanine is the lady that owns and creates the artwork for Collage Type. Okay, so it is a junk journal, very similar to page-wise, you know, very similar to the altered book one I did. What was that, a fall junk journal, I think? Yeah. So I'll show you what I've printed so far. So a lot of this some of this I printed at my old house before I moved, and a few bits underneath I've printed here. Things half packed, half unpacked there, so I wasn't quite with it. So there's a few things that I want to reprint slightly different, but I'll explain that to you as we go along. I'm just really going to give you a good view of what I've brought along and the papers. Maybe I should do that fabric first, and I can get it out of the way. So this is going to be it's going to be a fabric cover again, soft fabric cover, but two signatures this time, and it's another lovely piece of cotton. The Craft Cotton Company, I bought it in a shop. So it's holly and leaves, and snowflakes, and I think they look like acorns, I might be wrong. Yeah, so kind of Christmassy if you like, but you don't have to, it doesn't have to be. It's definitely botanical anyway, Christmas Botanical. I thought that was perfect. I've also pulled out this, which is a lovely piece of what did I say it was? Can't think of the word. Furniture edging, anyway, for want of a better word. Upholstery, that's it. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I think it's a piece of upholstery trim. I don't know if it'll be wide enough for my spine. It might. I'd love it if it was. I'll see. But if not, I will fit that in there somewhere because it's gorgeous and I'd like to use it. And this page from, yeah, goodness me, Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden, and I thought that was gorgeous to go in with the Christmas Botanicals as well. It is a December page, so I don't know where or what, but I can move all those out of the way now and share the papers with you. So these first pages are the junk journal pages. Beautiful images, just like you would expect from Nanine, and they've got her kind of signature background now. I'm getting to know it well. Some holly there, so that's going to go well with the things that I've already got. Joy to the world. So these are what she considers background pages, but I also use these, or some of them, in my as journal pages, and I will particularly so this time because there'll be two signatures, so there'll be more pages, and I haven't printed them all off because I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and there were so many, so there will be more of those background pages to print off. Elements then. I'm loving the tape measures. I think I said that to you before. I don't think I've printed that on the back. No, I haven't. I will back those onto. I'm thinking. I usually back them onto textbook. I'm thinking some kind of Christmassy textbook would be nice. not textbook, text from a book. Yeah, again, I haven't printed on the back. Beautiful though, loving that white flower. Yeah, so that's 2 envelopes. Yeah, she makes beautiful labels, doesn't she? Gorgeous. I've printed this one smaller as well, so yeah, I'll have to sit and cut all these out. I've been down to cut them out actually, but I wanted to show you them on the page, so I've done that one smaller as well. Those little tags, in fact I think I've done all these elements smaller so I can use both sizes. Yeah, 4 pockets. I like the way that they go alternate for the front and the back of my journal. Right, now here, these 3 pages, these are not from the kit. I think they go with the kit though. So these are, yes, so these are from Tanya at Tatty Treasure's Patreon group. So these are freebies that the Patreon group get. I'm not entirely sure if everybody on Patreon gets them or it's a certain level. I know Tanya's not very well at the moment, but if she sees this, she might just pop on the bottom in there. Or maybe someone who's in Patreon and knows her Patreon. If it's for all levels or just certain ones, I'm not sure. So it says here that they go with the Winter Botanical Journal, and I'm doing the Christmas Botanical Journal, but I think they'll go fine. The same reds and greens, beautiful. So there is that coin envelope, I think. Yeah, again, I haven't printed on the back, it tells you to, but she has included a backing paper for you to do that, and some journal cards. Look like they fit in there, yeah. So that looks like a lovely little kit all on its own. I'm going to be including that in this. Oh yeah, so these are the ones that I printed smaller. Now, I accidentally printed them on, so this was when I was still learning to use my new printer. It was cleverer than I thought it was actually, but so I was just wanting to print smaller ones out, and I ended up printing them with something else on the back. So not too bad because we can have backing on them, but generally they'll be put down as elements, so you know, glued down as elements, so nobody will see them. I just wrote on there to remind myself because I was packing it up. I was packing it up to move. Yeah, so these are smaller versions of the ones you've already seen. And again, yeah, it's a beautiful journal page. Look, that I've our backing page. So these, you remember me saying how I loved those, so I've got smaller ones and bigger ones, and some little dinky pockets now. The tags slightly smaller, so they're not 2 to a page, they're just a little bit smaller. I can't remember what I did, 75% or something like that. Just really playing with my new see, they're backed, but I can't, they're not thin enough for tags, I don't think. So they'll have to have something else on them. Yeah, the pockets came out quite dinky, but sweet. Yeah, and another dinky one of those. So you've seen all those. They're just a smaller version. Let me put them back with that thing at the top telling me, so I'll get myself in a right taffle. And then I've just downloaded another one of Nanine's kits that I'm going to put in with this. This is a just a paper kit. I think it's now then. I'll put it in the description. I think it's Christmas pages or Christmas papers, red and green, and there are 8 of each. Let me do them with you. They're just kind of background papers. And I don't particularly want these for pages. I might pop 1 or 2 in as pages. What I want these for is my ephemera. And I will use these pages with other Christmas kits that I'm making. You know, so that they're very generic with the Christmassy colours. Lovely. So that was the red. I think probably the green ones are the ones that I'll be using with this kit at the moment, with this journal I should say. But I might pop an odd red or 1 or 2 in. Yeah, so I think the red and the green are exactly the same, I think. Might be wrong. Not sure now, perhaps they're not. No, I don't think they are. Strike that, that's not true. Yeah, and the 2 more green ones, but I ran out of ink, my printer ran out of ink. It's not very good at telling me, this printer, it's the only downfall with it. It tells me ink's fine when it's not. So that would have been another page. It's beautiful with all the fir cones on it, so I definitely will be printing that out again when I've changed my ink. And yeah, you can't really see what that one was, can you? But the rest of it was all purple. I don't like, oh, here's the owl. I have so many purple prints but I just don't use them anymore. So I've cut the usable bits off, look, for collage. So that goes on there. So yeah, that's like, don't know. I want to say poinsettia leaves, but I don't think they are, but leaves anyway. Then of course this one, this would be lush, wouldn't it? Or will be lush. Yep, so they're going to just be glue pages. Those two bits will be, yeah, decoupage. And at the moment I've just got the one piece of straw paper. I might have one in each signature. Okay, so that's everything that I've pulled out so far for the kit. It may have a doily in it, I may print on some vellum, things like that. But I just thought I'd share with you, and I'll be back in a moment with some ephemera making. Okay, there we go, as if by magic. So I have cut out all the little elements and inked round just to save a little bit of time. That's cute, isn't it? That's a little ABC, like those. Yeah, the tickets. So these are the ones that I did, I think 3/4 of the size, if I remember rightly. Yep, two of the lovely bits of tape measure, a couple of small tags that need backing, possibly. 3, and I've left them together because I am going to stick those onto some. I think I'll stick it onto some of this, which will just make it that extra bit of thickness, and then fold it in 3. You've seen me do that before. I'll probably do that straight away so that it can be setting while we do the other thing. So the 4 little pockets, and in the spirit of using, oh, this is all that scraps that I've created so far, so we're definitely going to use these. If not in this video, perhaps in the next one I'll make some kind of a masterboard or whatever. I mean, a few of them lend themselves to tag straight away, so there shouldn't be much of that left, but I am going to use the scraps as I go along, hopefully. What's that? Oh, that's that piece of backing for that. So I brought along 2 white envelopes. They're not tea dyed or anything, but they are beautiful thick envelopes. I think I'd like one of those in each of the signatures, so I will, because they're not tea dyed, I'm going to you know, just knock the white off them a bit with just distress ink and stencil. That's all I'm going to do. And I'm thinking, I need to fold these over yet, but I'm thinking obviously they're going to go in the signature upright. Yep. I'm thinking of putting a pocket on each. I don't know which one. Whether to go with the smallest ones. Yeah, I might go with the smallest ones. Yeah, and then open the side. And put journaling on the back and open the side. Yeah. So that's my plans. That's what I'd like to get done today, those 2, and obviously back this. If we still have time, I might just pop a couple of these onto some craft card, make a couple of big tags, and then just a little bit of embellishing on whatever we make with those. So let's, it's beautiful, I don't know if you can see that, it's a beautiful star there, and well, 2 snowflakes. Snowflakes is what they are. Oh, it's gorgeous paper on the back of that as well. So yeah, I have inked just round that edge that I've cut, and I've been doing it with my, what is that, walnut stain, but I've also brought out evergreen bough, and I've just changed the blue dauber for a green one, and under here I've got some small, that's not it, I don't think, yeah, vintage photo, which I might use on the envelopes just to, you know, bring them down a bit. I think the other one might be a bit strong, the walnut stain, so let's just stick this down with some, use some of this purple paper, shall we, as a glue. Stick it down with some glue stick, and yeah, get that drying. It's a beautiful day here in Lincolnshire. There's lots of work going on outside, I think because the weather is so beautiful, even though it's middle of November nearly, or heading there. Everybody's out doing stuff while the weather is allowing. So I hope it don't get too noisy, but yeah, there's definitely stuff going on out there. I'm doing well, thank you. I hope you're all well. Yeah, that was my glue page, wasn't it? I had to think what that was for a minute then. thrilled to be getting this done. I'm really thrilled. Okay, so that's another piece of, not exactly a scrap, but kind of a scrap. Should I stand those under something, I think? What though? Must have something heavy somewhere, mustn't I? Because I'm starting to put things away. I don't even have a book that I can grab anywhere. No, I have. What's this? Oh, Birdwatcher's Guide. Will I remember where it is? Probably not. Let me just leave the edge sticking out. That's it. I'll just pop it on the floor. There we go. Okay, so lid on my glue, yes. Right, so these. So I could do with a nice big page on me. Sorry, glue page on my desk. Just to protect it from all that. Now I'm hoping that because that is an index kind of thing, that it's not going to drive. Oh, sorry. Not going to drive you too crazy. Now I don't think these have to go in opposite directions because there'll be one in each signature. No, I'm going to do them both that way. Right, so I did have a quick look. It wasn't a long look, but I had a quick look for my Christmas stencils. I'm sure I've seen them once, but I cannot claim I handle them right now. However, I'm thinking I really need to clean this stencil. Let's get some vintage photo on the go. I'm thinking that probably, just see how well it's, yeah, what was I thinking? It's gone. Yeah, I'm thinking this probably that this swirl, this Tim Holtz swirl stencil will fit in nicely with Nanine's backgrounds for this kit. It lends itself to the patterns that she's chosen to use. So I don't know, they're kind of, I want to bring it down all over. I don't want any white. Let's see if this will work. And then maybe if I do the stenciling, what do you think, the darker? Oh, I've got gathered straw, but that's a bit yellowy, isn't it? Maybe a bit of both. Let's do the back as well while we're at it. That may not show, but this one definitely is going to. I know it won't be covered up, only the edge may show. I'm going to mat that with something for journaling on, so yeah, just the edge. And that bit will be in the signature. Okay, there we go. And once again, I've just inked my finger. I could have done all this before I turned the camera on, but I thought it might be interesting for you, you guys who are still learning with me, just to see, you know, how you can use a white envelope straight away in a, you know, a not a white envelope journal, if you know what I mean, without having to tea stain it and wait for it. Yeah, these distress inks are really good. I mean, if you haven't got a distress ink, anything, you know, that'll just kind of knock the white bit off it, will work perfectly well. I've heard of people saying makeup is quite a good one. So I'm going to do, I think, I've only got one dauber out. Let's see if I've got another one in here. I've got little ones. Will that be any good, do we think? Let's do some of this. And I really don't want too much on it. Yeah, and I don't want circles. Goodness, I didn't. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, so it's not going to be a whole pattern. That is quite dark, but I don't dislike it. So let's go with this scattered straw. Is that what I said? Oh, that's a tough brush actually. So a bit of scattered straw. Not a lot, in an odd place or two. I mean, it's going to have stuff on it as well, so stuff. It's going to have embellishments on it, is what it's going to have on it, not stuff. Just so it is kind of grungy looking, and yeah, don't dislike that too much. I'll just put a bit there in case that bit ends up bare. Okay, I think we've done all right. Oops. So which pockets do we like? It's got that beautiful star on it that I really like. I want to go in the same way, don't I? What way are we going? If we're going to go the same way like that, go with the big ones. I'm going to go with the bigger ones because I'm going to fold them over, which is what I'm about to do now. Ah, that was the backing. Okay, so they're not the right way. They're the wrong way. So it is these. How does that work? So I've got one of each that way. Yeah, I'm tying myself up in knots, aren't I? Is that the right front? It is. So I want that one and that one. The choice is made for me because I'm going them both the right way. Goodness me. So I've got one slightly bigger than the other as well. So if you remember, they're going in completely different signatures. Did I do that square? I did. So it won't matter how different they are or similar. And yeah, the other ones that I've done, I will be backing to make a bit stronger, but I don't, these are not going to have very much other than paper tags in them, and they are, I mean, the paper's not too thin, it's not real thin copy paper, it is, I would think it's 100 GSM easy, maybe 120. Yeah, I definitely want more on that though, not just the stenciling. So what do we want on it? Can we just embellish it with some of the elements? I'll have a look at a tag in it as well. I'm thinking I might like those tape measures somehow. What do we? Seeing as it's kind of an upright. Don't know what it is about tape measures. It's odd, isn't it? But I really do. I really do like it. Will you fit? Not quite. I'll just cut you below the 10 because I quite like the full length of that one. Was it just 2 tags? They must have been meant for these. Right, so that one matches that, but I don't really want a matchy. I'm going to go there with that one, and yeah, there with that one, I think. Oh, it looks like those, I was going to say like those beautiful magpies in my garden, but it's not because that tail is huge. Now, I think this one wants something on it. But I don't know what. Where's that little stag? Could do with him tiny. Still not small enough. Gosh, they could even go in there, couldn't they? If I back those, let's just stick them on here and back them. They can be little miniature journal. Yep, I know they're backed, but sorry, glue page. That's what I'm looking for. They need a little bit more stiffness because they're so small. If we're going to use them for Can you see what I'm doing? If we're going to use them for, you know, journaling on or writing on or whatever, I really could do with being a tiny bit, thicker. Hold underneath. Does it matter which way up they go on there? Not really. Put them down here. Oops. I'm all sticking out. I've got my fingers in that glue. Good and proper. Oops. Don't know that I've got much news to tell you. Can't think of anything much. Same as always, just slowly getting sorted. Those of you that have been with me a while will know we lost Dad just over a week ago. The funeral's all arranged now. It's about a week's time, which wasn't too bad. I was expecting it to take a lot longer than that, but as regards news, I don't know. We're still unpacking, of course. That's similar to that. Yeah, I'll have that on there, I think. Oh dear. So yes, I find things and lose them all the time. Still, but we're not stepping over boxes like we were. So yes, things are still not completely open and put away, but there's a lot less around than there was. Yeah, it's been sticking out. Let me just get my fingers on this wet wipe. Oh, it's very wet, that one. It's not been out long. Okay, let's fold that over because it's a bit big, isn't it? Right, so actually with all that on there, the background has now gone back into the background, hasn't it, rather than the stencil dominating. I'm thinking, I wonder if I want a bit of green around the edge of the actual envelope. Yes. Oh, I've got a green dauber, haven't I? I have a green bow. Just ever so slightly. It's quite a strong green, this. It's looking a bit jadey rather than botanical. But if I don't overdo it, it's just a hint going on there. You can barely tell it's got green on it, can you? Yep, and I think that will be enough on those, so we'll stick those down. And I'm thinking I might just, if there's enough, stick some of this page that I've been cutting up and working on. Might just pop some of that on the back and then they're done. Where were you? In there, in there, in there. So let's see. I'm glue on this now, can't I? Just try and make this not quite so pristine. Make it look like it's been used, not too much, but yeah, that will do. Yes, I'm putting the tapes down first so that I can see how much room I've got to centre the pockets. Because I could centre it and then not leave any room for the tape. And how high up do you need to be? You see, yeah, I might just leave those as paper. I think I will for now, definitely. And then see what kind of weight and what have you we're looking at on the envelope and on the journal as a whole as it gets going. So if I decide they need to be backed, you know, that can be a very last job. So I had plenty of room, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah, so it's kind of understated, but it's pretty, isn't it? It's got plenty. I stuck you down. How did I manage that? ruler. Oh dear, I'm stuck in my drawer. Not for the first time. Oh, I don't know what I've done there. I obviously overfill my drawers, and then things move when I shut them, and I can't open them again. Are you down now? Yeah, that's better. Yeah. I mean, I might put something fancy across the top of it. Yeah, it's needing something maybe. But I'm not going to do any more to it until it comes time to put it in, other than the journaling on the back. Yep, so I'm pleased with that one. Whoops. Oh, sticky, aren't you? Must have spread a bit of glue where I didn't mean to. And you're all sticky. Right, where was we having this one? Across there. Yeah, and I'll do the same again. I'm not going to screw it up too much, but I just want it to look like it's an old piece of, that's it. Tape measure as opposed to just a new one printed and cut out, which is what it is. That one right up there. That's it. And a bit of a, that's it. This one, alright, this can go very central, can't it? This is a slightly smaller one as well. Whoops. Stuck to me. Wipe my fingers, but I still am a little bit sticky. Yes, I'm really looking forward to doing a 2 signature one, just for a change. I have to think about what I'm doing, because I can make the covers now without even thinking about it, so I'm going to have to yeah, keep my spine etc. in mind while I'm creating the cover. I'm going to do it the same as normal, just cover some card. Oops, nice. Well, not my sleeve now. Cover some card with the material at the front and stitch around, and then put some pretty backing paper or backing card on the inside. You're not sticking, are you? Oh, you were. Yeah. They're not going right down. If I put them in wrong, could have done with that a little bit lower, couldn't I? Didn't think that one through. Oh, I suppose I could make the tag a little. Are you all the way down? Yeah, you are. Just might take a teeny weeny bit off that tag, so it just misses the tape measure. See if that will do it. While it's in the pocket, perfect. Okay. Oops, no pin in there. Right. Don't know how long I've been on at all. But I would like to completely finish them, so let's see if I can get enough out of here. Oh, I've got into that one with the stars on it that I really like. Just to cover that, because this is quite, yeah, it's plenty thick enough. Like I say, the envelopes are lovely and thick. A glue piece. glue in there. I was going to mat it, but I decided to just cover it all around there, because I'm going to open the other end, so I don't want it closing halfway. And then each part of this is going down this edge. So we'll just go down there. Another big train. So a lot of our trains they're not just passenger trains. We have the steelworks here. So although it's not busy like it used to be years ago, it is still working, and they do still use the railway system to some degree to move some of the products in and out, I believe. So some of the really noisy trains you hear will be that. They'll be double engined, according to my husband, because of the size of the load they're pulling, so they're quite noisy. We also have some really, really long trains that take our rubbish away, which is a new concept to me. Thought every town just had their own rubbish in their own town, but apparently not. It sticks over a little bit, but I think I don't want to cut it short and then cut my envelope open, and then I don't know, I'm inking that one because that is going to be quite open. Then have to glue it down again. Probably should let this dry before I ink it. Oh, now we've got an aeroplane. Light aircraft type of aeroplane, I think, by saying it. We don't have the really big ones, or not low anyway. Yeah, that's going to be a lovely German spot, isn't it? Obviously it's going to need embellishing, but I'm not going to do that now. You know, some of these, perhaps somewhere, maybe even a little bit of that, but not now. We'll save that for the embellishing. And yeah, once it's dry, I will just ever so slightly chop down there with a guillotine and put a divot in it. But it's a long way from dry, so I don't want to make a mess of it. So I've got my pin out of my glue, haven't I? Yes. Oops. Right, is this my glue? It is my glue page. Get rid of these bits. So we're going to have enough to, oh yeah, we did quite well out of that piece of backing paper, didn't we? Oh, drat. Right, what's on the other side of it? I want to use it, so I'm going to cover that with something. I am. It looks upside down to me. Well, let's see how clever I can be. I've even lost my mark now. About that. Oh, oh. I don't know how much you wanted off there, but just take a chunk out. Still got 2 tiny pieces left. Right. So we're that way up. So this wants to be this way up, really. I mean, it could have gone the other way. I just feel that that is the right way. Gosh. Now, if I mat it a little bit, I'm actually covering that, which is what I think I need to do, that little lip there. I've got that open. What are we going with? The dark one? No, we weren't, were we? We were using this. I haven't got anything on it now. And we don't want straw on it. We want vintage photo. Yeah, only ever so slightly matte it, but just not quite. Yep, it's not far off then, is it? And I'll just put some kind of embellishment in that bottom corner. If you don't know what I mean, you'll understand in a minute. Right, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not quite going to the edge, obviously, because the paper's not going to go quite to the edge either. If there's a bit that misses glue that is on the edge, I wonder if you had my head in there then. I do hope not. I've not brushed my hair. It's a terrible thing to tell you all. So, can you see what I'm doing? So very nearly, but not quite to the top, just so I go over that bottom lip there. It's still leaving me a gap that I need to cover. But, it's supposed to stick down there, you silly. But it there, that piece there. You're an Anna, Denise. Okay, come on. I know it's cold. Actually, it's not too cold in here. The sun is beautiful through the windows, and I do now have heating in here. But obviously the glue's gone cold overnight. Get off that. Yeah, so I've matted it on the top, but not on the bottom. Of course, let's see if I can just cut it under a little bit. Oops. Don't cut the end of the envelope, that's it. Yep, I think I managed that. I know it feels like faffing a bit, but again, this is the stuff I love. I love all the little faffy bits. I mean, that has got the tiniest little, not wide enough, are you? Nor are you. You're a bit big. Oops. You look like a little bit of a, I suppose we could have the A. Where's the B gone? Well, the B has flown off. And just put me, that's it. You're here somewhere, I know you are. There you are. Do we want the A, B, C? Is that a bit too much? Just the A and the C? What do you think? I'm going to do it. Why the heck not? A little bit of interest, that's what we say, isn't it? A little bit of intrigue. What's that all about? Why are they there? Well, you know. But not everybody does. Yeah, lovely letters though. Definitely need to print those out again. Nice colours. There we go. What hole? Again, I'll ink it a little bit just so that you can have a rough idea of the finished. Did I use this one last time? I think I did. I think I will. It's got a little bit of white there where it's matted down that side, so doesn't matter if it's inked in a different colour to the other one because it won't be next to it. Well, excuse me. Yep, it's time for my breakfast, I think. Oh yeah, we went round that one in green a bit, didn't we? Just to, well, that has got a pop of green with those. Okay, so that's got me started, hasn't it? 2 pieces of ephemera ready to go using the kit. Yep, all I need to do now is get my pages sorted and create some more ephemera and make a cover, and oh, there's lots to do. Okay, so I'll see you next time, probably with some more ephemera, and I'll share a bit more of my kit with you. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you're following along or you're having a go or anything at all to chat to me. I love to chat. I'd love it if you subscribed. If you don't, I'm here every day now, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.